Just breathe. Just breathe. Take deep breaths and just be. Just sitting here, sitting still. Silence. No pressures and no strains of this world. Nothing, no one can disturb the peace that I feel right now. I'm completely held here in this moment. Deep breaths into the body, into every single cell. I feel completely alive. Breathe upon this face. This is my sacred space, where I am blessed by grace. Heart shining, eyes clear. Oh, I'm so grateful to be here. Being here and feeling that great sense of connection to nature. This presence of a magical essence that lives through the whole entirety of this forest floor, up to the sky, so tall go the trees, and this essence is everywhere that I can see and not see. When people often ask me, how do I like to live? I just say, as I am, and as simply as can be. And coming out into the forest reminds me so often of the things that people don't often see and take for granted in every moment of their waking day, as they often live it in a very sleepy way. Nature always reminds me of my own essence and the essence that we all carry within ourselves. The essence and the connection to something far greater, which is unseen, yet if we open our eyes, can be seen everywhere. My message today is, don't fear the dark. Don't even fear the light. Be yourself. Watch carefully. Work with everything that comes to you kindly and compassionately. Recognize for there to be growth. We must go through hardships sometimes in order for us to shine brightly. The beauty of that which is sacred is always happening now, in the unseen and the seen, in the dark and the light. Surrender to both is the way that I believe transformation truly happens. When people come to see me to ask for any guidance or healing, one of the biggest things that most people don't want to face and find it hard to work with are their darkest times. Yet in order to heal, we need to be able to work with these times in the most compassionate and loving way. So this story I'd like to share with you, I believe presents my theory in working with everything that arises, dark or light. There was a gardener, a beginning gardener, who wanted the most spectacular garden, and she worked very hard at her garden every single day. She chose all the most beautiful plants and flowers, trees and shrubs, and she planted them all around the garden, so eventually the garden would look perfectly balanced in colour, in height. But every single day she noticed that weeds kept growing through the ground, coming through and spoiling all the pretty colours. So every day she went out there and she pulled up the weeds. And then again, the seeds of the weeds blew and planted themselves, and the weeds came back. Every day, every week, she went out there trying everything she could find to get rid of these weeds. Weed killer, poison, digging, overwatering, anything she could find, any way to get rid of the weeds because she believed they were spoiling her garden. She got so fed up in the end because every time she looked out of her window, the garden wasn't going to plan as what she had designed in her imagination for it to look like. Her mind was telling her that the garden looked ugly with weeds. They were going to spoil the beauty of all the plants. She'd almost given up until she recognized that there was somebody in the village walking by her window who she'd heard was one of the best gardeners in the village. She came out of her front door and called for this person. And they started to talk. And she told her of her predicament. And she told her everything she tried. And she told her why she hated these weeds so much. And she said, I've heard that you're the best gardener around here. And you have the perfect garden, I hear. Can you tell me your secret? Can you tell me how to get rid of the weeds? This lady, the gardener, looked at this other lady very kindly and just said, I'm afraid that the best advice I can give you is to learn to love your weeds. Learn to love them. I wish you all a wonderful day. Whatever comes your way. Enjoy the spring. But remember, where all these beautiful flowers and colours and new life has come from. It started with hard work many months ago.